Get that music right, youngster. All right, here we go.
Young Squire.
All right.
Wyclef Jean, BKS1 Radio, let's go.
This is Essence Atkins, and this is BKS1 Radio.
Hi, this is Melba Moore, and you're listening to BKS1 Radio.
Yo, check it out. What's the deal? This the chef. Giving a big shout out to my peoples. Big KS, you already know what it is. Salute.
What's up? It's your girl Monifa, and I'm hanging with BKS1 Radio.
Hi, I'm Iyanla Van Zandt, and you're listening to BKS1 Radio.
BKS Radio, baby.
Hey, this is Jasmine Guy for BKS1 Radio.
What's going on? This is Lamont Brooker, and this is BKS1 Radio.
Shout out to BKS1, the best kept damn secret in the business.
Hey, what's up? This is Raven Goodwin from BET's Being Mary Jane, and shout out to BKS1.
Hi, this is Leon, and you're watching BKS1 Radio.
BKS1. God bless y'all.
All right, y'all. Welcome to another edition of the Man Cave Morning Show. Happy MLK Day. Clap it up.
Respect.
I'm saying, I'm energized, as always. As always on a Monday. On a Monday. Where's the background theme music? I'm saying, I was in this mug like since 8-ish. I'm ready for another exciting show. And let's start off with the roll call. Dr. J to the left of me.
How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Good morning.
To the far right, sir, introduce yourself to the world.
Dawood Ali. Happy Martin Luther King's Day.
Host of the Man Cave Morning Show. My other host, the talented, the intellectual, the beautiful.
Yeah. Morning. Blessings to y'all.
The plug has spoken.
And I am humbly the maintenance man, the janitor, Storm Norton, the general. Y'all looking good this morning. How was y'all weekend?
Good. Well, much needed.
Yeah, you sound
personal days.
You sound real amped up right now.
Oh yeah. I'm still fighting this sinus thing I got going, but it's okay. Had a good weekend.
It's all good. Dr. J, how was your weekend?
I slept a lot. That's uncommon.
All right.
So I had a good weekend.
No doubt. And Deacon Wu, how was your weekend, bro?
I never knew the flu could be positive. I was on my behind for 2 days, but I feel good now.
No doubt. Let's clap it up for feeling good, man.
Dig it.
I saw Proud Mary this weekend.
How was it? I want to see
Taraji P. Henson.
How was it?
I thought it was good. I thought it was good. She did her thing, see her, toting the guns and, being an assassin and have a soft side at the same time. It was a decent movie. So I recommend everybody go out there. Don't watch it on Cody.
That's funny.
Go out there.
That's funny.
And go see the movie.
Oh, wow.
No fire stick.
I actually bought a ticket. Bought 2 tickets. Me and the missus went out there and we checked it out. It was good. Let's clap it up. Yeah, let's clap it up for Proud.
Like Yo said, no jailbroke fire stick.
Yeah,
go support.
Nah. Same thing with Black Panther. I'm going to go to the movies and see that on the big screen.
Yes, we all are.
No Cody for Black Panther. And shout out to everybody, man, that's just been on the check-in. I've been getting a lot of positive feedback, man, about the brand new Man Cave Morning Show. And we are coming live right now on YouTube, BKS1 Radio YouTube, Twitter and Periscope. We are live right now. You can watch us live. You can watch us live If you're rocking on the FB page right now, you can watch us live. In the mother site, WBKS1.com, you can check us out. You can also go to Ustream and check us out right now. And you can listen to us right now on the TuneIn app, if you got the TuneIn app. So there's so many different ways to check out the Man Cave Morning Show. And it's going to be a great week. It's going to be a great week. Today we're going to be talking about several things. We're going to be talking about MLK, some things you may not know. And also we're going to be talking about the fiasco with Trump, talking about shithole countries. Definitely going to be dropping some bombs on that. And the topic too is the relationship topic. Why are you still single? If you're single, why? Like, why are you still single after years and years and after the relationship? Why are you still single? We're going to talk about that. We're going to break down some things today. So you may want to share this out and let your people know that the Man Cave Morning Show is going to go in. We're going to have some real talk. So let's go right into MLK, man. And it's funny because Wu was talking about, yo, did you ever hear, you know, the speech that they really didn't want nobody to hear with MLK? You know, and we always get fed the I Have a Dream speech, which was a great speech by a great man. But there's other things he had to say too. So want y'all to check this out. Give me your views on this. And let's talk about it. And look, if you want to call in, the phone number is 646-233-1302. You already know what it is, man. The official Man Cave Morning Show, man, is going down. And so y'all check this out. Let us know what you think about this, all right?
At the very same time that America refused to give the Negro any land, through an act of Congress, our government was giving away millions of acres of land in the West and the Midwest, which meant that it was willing to undergird its white peasants from Europe with an economic floor. But not only did they give the land, they built land-grant colleges with government money to teach them how to farm. Not only that, they provided county agents to further their expertise in farming. Not only that, they provided low interest rates in order that they could mechanize their farms. Not only that, today many of these people are receiving millions of dollars in federal subsidies not to farm, and they are the very people telling the black man that he ought to lift himself by his own bootstraps. And this is what we are faced with, and this is the reality. Now, when we come to Washington in this campaign, we are coming to get our check. At the very same time that America refused to give the Negro...
A lot of people don't know this great man said that. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people also believe that's what led to him being assassinated. Deacon Wu, what say you?
Just to reiterate, gave away millions of acres to white peasants, built land-grant colleges, taught them how to farm, gave them low interest rates, and gave millions and millions of dollars in subsidies to not farm. Yet, when the issue of reparations is brought to the government of the United States to redress the issue of hundreds and hundreds of years of free labor, we are told to pull ourselves up by our own bootstraps. All this great ancestor was saying, because what did he say? He said, we're coming to get a check. All this great ancestor was saying that we want to be treated in the same fashion with which you are treated. People, you really need to dig in more deeply to the late great ancestor, Martin Luther King. You should see where he was and what he was doing on the day that he was assassinated, because he was at I believe it was a garbage men's labor strike. Okay? We really, 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 if you have Google and Instagram and what have you, you should really investigate the ancestors that paved the way for you. Okay? We are not just angry. We are not just radical and crazy folk.
Right.
what we want and have always wanted is justice.
Let's clap that up, man. Nah, I agree, man. And he was dropping some jewels in there saying, we want ours. We coming for our check. Now, you say that to a government that already not feeling us. Oh, so now, you know, we seen that you had the power to change certain laws. So, oh, no, he may have the power to get these people reparations, what they really deserve. So that could be one of the reasons that led to, you know, the assassination on the great MLK. There's just a lot of things, man, that people don't know about this great man, and maybe y'all do. I got a few things here. Let me see if I can pull them up.
And while you're pulling it up, and we witnessed other checks get cut to other Americans.
Yeah,
we understand historically how this country was built,
Native Indian Americans,
where the money came from, right, and how it was built, right. So all we want is redress and justice. It's very simple. It's not complicated at all. It's actually very straightforward. Very straightforward.
Right. And again, so these are some things you may not know. 10 things you may not know about Martin Luther King. And shout out to the History Channel for some of these facts, man. I was checking out some of these things. Let's break down one of them right here. And one of them is King's birth name was Michael, not Martin.
I knew that.
A lot of people don't know that, though.
I know that.
You know, the civil rights leader was born Michael King Jr. on January 5th, 1929. In 1934, however, his father, a pastor of Atlanta's Ebenezer Baptist Church, traveled to Germany and became inspired by the Protestant Reformation leader, Martin Luther.
Right.
As a result, King Sr. changed his own name as well as that of his 5-year-old son.
Mm-hmm.
So now we know him as Martin Luther King.
Right.
2, King entered college at the age of 15.
I knew that.
Yeah, he entered college at the age of 15. King was such a gifted student that he skipped grades 9 and 12 before enrolling in 1944 at the prestigious Morehouse College, the alma mater of his father and maternal grandfather. Although he was the son, grandson, and great-grandson of Baptist ministers, King did not intend to follow the family vocation until Morehouse President Benjamin E. Mays, a noted theologian, convinced him otherwise. King was ordained before graduating college with a degree in sociology. Just clap it up for that. And again, man, there's so many more facts. I'm gonna try to drop a few more.
And I got one too.
Yes. King received his doctorate in systematic theology. So after earning a divinity degree from Pennsylvania Crozier Theological Seminary, King attended graduate school at Boston University, where he received his PhD degree in 1955. The title of his dissertation was a comparison of the conceptions of God and the thinking of Paul Tillich and Henry Nelson Wyman. Okay, let's clap it up for that. And real quick, we're gonna go into another one, and we're gonna drop some jewels today because we're gonna talk about a lot today. So you may want to, you know, tune into this. You may want to get your kids to tune into this or whatever. And King's "I Have a Dream" speech was not the first at the Lincoln Memorial. So his "I Have a Dream" speech was not the first at the Lincoln Memorial. So 6 years before his iconic oration at the March on Washington, King was among the civil rights leaders who spoke in the shadow of the great emancipator during the prayer pilgrimage of freedom on May 17, 1957. Before a crowd estimated at between 15,000 and 30,000, King delivered his first national address on the topic of voting rights. His speech, in which he urged America to give us the ballot, drew strong reviews and positioned him at the forefront of the civil rights leadership.
General, let me give you some words that came directly from the great ancestor. One day, this is a direct quote, one day we must ask the question, why are there 40 million poor people in America? And when you begin to ask that question, you're raising questions about the economic system, about a broader distribution of wealth. When you ask that question, you begin to question the capitalistic economy. You begin to ask the question, why is it that people have to pay water bills in a world that is 2/3 water? That came from, where do we go from here? Chaos or the community?
Yo, clap that up, man. Yeah, why do we have to pay for water?
Listen, and
that's a scam.
I agree.
Air soon too.
And as you can hear from these quotes, which you can look up online, you can hear the direction with which Dr. King was going. I know that the term economic redistribution is a curse for some people.
Right.
Right? But it's something that we need to see happen.
Yeah, let's clap that up, man. Shout out to, let me just show some love to some people on the check-in. Shout out to Holly, Red Carnegie. Shout out to Danielle, Mocha Miller. Hey, Danielle. Doctor of Styles. What's up, Billy? Susan Moore on the check-in. Denise Sparrow. Hey, what's up? What's good? Glenn Gray. Bobby Norfleet. Shout out to Bobby Norfleet, who's always on the check-in. A lot of people don't know who he is. African-American NASCAR driver.
Oh, wow. Cool.
Yes.
Cool.
One of,
Respect.
making history. And his daughter made history, Tia Norfleet, of being the first African-American NASCAR, licensed NASCAR driver. So, a lot of times we don't know who's checking in on BKS1 Radio. And she also was a guest on BKS1 Radio.
Wow.
So that's history for you ladies. So shout out to Darlene Williams. Hey, Darlene, what's up, fam? Raven, what's good? What's good? One love. Nap, I see you. Sheila, Tony Cox, Michael Nichols, all fam. Alicia on the check-in. We're gonna talk about some things, so you're going to want to share this out, and some facts you may not know. Shout out to D Skinner on the check-in. Let's clap it up for all these people, man.
All right.
Yeah, man. So there's a lot of things, so many things that we may not know, and I got some more facts in the building. Some things you may not know about the prestigious, the man, MLK. King, wow. King was in prison nearly 30 times. King was in prison nearly 30 times. According to the King Center, the civil rights leader went to jail 29 times. He was arrested for acts of civil disobedience and on trumped-up charges, keyword, trumped-up charges, such as when he was jailed in Montgomery, Alabama in 1956 for driving 30 miles per hour in a 25-mile-per-hour zone. Yeah, there was a lot of that going on back in the day, man.
And do you know what some people will consider someone that was put in prison 30 times? A criminal.
No.
Yes.
Was he?
No,
absolutely
he was
not.
not.
Thank you so much. Moving on.
Absolutely not.
No, he was not.
One of my favorite quotes by Martin Luther King Jr. is, "I have decided to stick with love. Hate is too great a burden to bear. Freedom is never voluntarily given by the oppressor. It must be demanded by the oppressed. Fate is taking the first step even when you don't see the whole staircase."
Wow, let's clap that up, man.
It must be demanded by the oppressed. What does that word mean, demand? It must be demanded. Freedom must be demanded by the oppressed. Ask for, considered, begged for.
Yes.
No.
There is no compromise. This is what I want. This is what I'm asking for.
That the oppressed,
this is what you will give me,
must demand from the oppressor freedom.
Yes. And again, here goes some more facts, man, that you may not know about the great MLK. Because they're not going to teach you all this in the history books and put all this in black history classes and the history classes in high school, whatever like that. So you're going to get it from us today. King's last public speech foretold his death. And a lot of people don't know that. His last public speech foretold his death. King had come to Memphis in April 1968 to support the strike of the city's black garbage workers, and in the speech on the night before his assassination, he told an audience at Masel Temple Church, like anybody, I would like to live a long life. Longevity has its place, but I'm not concerned about that now. I've seen the promised land. I may not get there with you, but I want you to know tonight that we, as a people, we will get to the promised land. And I'm happy tonight. I'm not worried about anything. I'm not fearing any man. Mine eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the Lord. Sometimes you know that something is about to happen or something that is not right. And I think the atmosphere that was created during that time, he knew that he didn't have long.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But he needed to say some things before he left this world. So again, let's clap it up for this great man.
And that's because he was love-based, as Julian said, and not fear-based.
Exactly.
Even though things were aligned against him, and even though he knew he was going to be murdered, he knew he was going to die.
He made
still
peace with that.
Spoke truth to power. I want to give you one more quote that Dr. King delivered in 1947. The function of education is to teach one to think intensively and to think critically. Intelligence plus character. Intelligence plus character. That is the goal of true education. So the goal of education is not to lord your education over another person.
Right.
The goal of education is not to acquire material things and to leave your community. Education plus character is what equals power. So I'm speaking directly to the bourgeoisie in our communities. If you have education and you have wealth and you have materialism, but you have no character, what do I mean? That means you don't reach back. That means you don't provide opportunities for others.
Right.
That means you don't reproduce after your own kind. That means you use the same language to describe your people as your open oppressor does.
Absolutely.
Right? That means that you are uneducated.
Hold on, caller.
Because you don't have character. So King said this in 1947. This is not on a stamp. That is not in the movie.
No
He's
doubt.
telling you what he felt about the bourgeoisie.
No doubt. And let's clap it up. Let's take this call. Caller from the 706. State your name, where you calling from. You're on the Man Cave Morning Show.
Yes, this is Bobby Northfleet from Augusta, Georgia.
Wow. Let's clap it up for Bobby Northfleet. Legend. A legend.
Respect, sir.
In
Respect,
NASCAR.
sir.
Respect to you, sir. Thank you for calling in.
Well, I'm respecting all of you because I mean, what you're saying is absolutely true. I'm sure I'm a lot older than, you know, everybody on your panel. And I remember Dr. King. I remember as a little boy in Virginia, my parents, I was maybe 6, 7 years old. They took me to the local football park to watch his speech and to listen to his speech. And I remember, I mean, the trials and tribulations and you know, remember it like it was yesterday.
Now, you more than anybody, and again, thanks for that statement. You more than anybody can relate to being in position and dealing, such as you are with NASCAR, dealing with racism in a racist society. Can you tell us an experience that you may have had when you dealt with racism in your profession?
Oh, yes. I mean, I've seen racism back from day one. The first African-American to ever drive in NASCAR was a gentleman by the name of Wendell Scott.
Wendell Scott.
You know, Wendell Scott from Virginia. That was my mentor. His car number was number 34.
Yes.
And he had a real hard time as far as racism. And then when he passed away, he handed the number 34 down to me. And then I drove. And now Tia, my daughter, the first and only African-American female ever to be licensed by NASCAR, her number is 34. But, you know, this sport, I mean, there's some very good people in this sport, but, you know, you got to understand this sport is the Donald Trump crowd, okay? And, you know, a lot of people don't want you there because of the color of your skin. Just because the color of your skin, you know, they will put, you know, roadblocks in front of you. They will stop sponsors from, you know, being with you. And it's just a hard road. It's a very hard road. NASCAR has been around for 70 years, and there's very, very few people that ever made any inroads in it. In 1999, I sued NASCAR for disparate treatment. That means they treated me different than they treated everyone else. and we won.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. Let's clap that up. What changes would you like to see overall in the sport?
Inclusion, sincere inclusion. I want it to be where everyone is in, that wants to come into NASCAR can come into NASCAR and make it or not on their own, not any roadblocks, not any roadblocks in their way. They try. Not NASCAR themselves, but a lot of people, several people that work for NASCAR, used to work for NASCAR, don't work anymore because they got fired for it. They put roadblocks in front of Tia because she was beginning to get more press and more positive exposure than Danica Patrick, than anybody in the sport.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
Yes, sir.
And we did it on our own. No one helped us. We did it, it was a family thing, and we did it on our own. But, again, it's a very good sport, and there's some very, very nice people there. But then, you still have to remember the NASCAR crowd is 90% of the Donald Trump crowd.
Right. And let's clap that up because y'all get that. So now where is Tia at right now in relationships with NASCAR and yourself as well?
We have a very good relationship with NASCAR. I have a very good relationship with NASCAR. Tia's gearing up to run a full season this year. We're partnering with some new teams, and if the Lord's willing and the creek don't rise, she'll have her own TV show. Let me say this, she's only 5 feet tall, and at her age now, back then when I was her age, she's a lot better driver than I was at her age. I mean, she can outdrive me. I mean, she passed me. We were at Talladega testing a while back, and she had never been to Talladega before, and I was running 213 miles an hour. She passed me at 214 miles an hour and laughed at me.
Daddy's little girl.
Yeah. And she can drive. I mean, again, like I said again, she's only 5 feet tall, but she can drive. But she's also, Tia's an accomplished R&B singer also.
Wow, never knew that.
Wow, never knew that either.
Well, you know what, Bobby, being that you just said that, have her send some of her music to us, and I'm going to give you the email after the show so you can send some music to us from Tia, because we did not know it. We would definitely play and support her music as well here on BKS1 Radio.
Okay, but like I said again, I really appreciate, we need more and more people such as yourself telling these stories about Dr. King and everyone else out here, because there's no one in the world that loves cars any more than we do. And you know what I mean? And you're talking about the largest sporting venue in this hemisphere, and we're excluded 7 years later. That's not right.
Yeah. And again, we want to thank you for joining our show today, and stay tuned in. We're going to be definitely talking about some more about Dr. King, and also some things going on with some very disparaging comments that we heard from our own president. And so we're definitely going to be discussing that today on the Man Cave Morning Show. And tell Tia, definitely, when she gets her new show popping or anytime she's promoting something, she can always hit us up.
Look, thank you very much for taking the time to speak with me, and God bless all of you.
And Elder, thank you, and thank your daughter. Thank you, sir, for what you've done for us. Bye-bye.
Yo, let's clap it up, man. You never know who's going to be on
Never know.
With the Man Cave Morning Show, man. I mean, this was history that just was on the line. They made strides for us in the sport of NASCAR, whereas we a lot of times get excluded from. So shout out to Bobby Norfleet, and that wasn't a planned call at all.
And I don't want to just gloss over that the number 34 was directly given to that family by Wendell Scott. So youngsters, millennials, please Google the Norfleets. And please Google Wendell Scott. There was a movie that Richard Pryor starred in about his life.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Julius Gray in the chat room actually wrote a report on Wendell Scott, so I'll definitely clap that up.
Understand what the number 34 means and who the Norfleets are. Thank you.
No doubt, man. Wow, that was huge.
That was. Yeah, I know. I'm a little,
me by surprise.
Little starstruck there, but I'll get back on track.
Yeah, very
respect,
good,
Elder Norfleet.
Very
respect.
good, man. And again, for those that don't know, Tia Norfleet, first African-American woman licensed with NASCAR.
Yeah,
so
General, you got to get her to call in, man.
Definitely will get her to call in.
Yes.
And I'm gonna hit him up with the email too. I want to hear her music. I didn't know.
Music.
I never knew Tia sung.
That's right.
Never.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yes.
So again, man, just some more incredible facts about this great man before we go into our next topic and everything. Let's see here what we have here.
Can I give you one while you're looking? Or?
Yes, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. Science investigates. Religion interprets. Science gives man knowledge, which is power. Religion gives man wisdom, which is control. Science deals mainly with facts. Religion deals mainly with values. The two are not rivals. They are complementary. 1963. From the speech, Strength to Love.
Let's clap that up. And yeah, here's another fact I just pulled up. Members of the King family did not believe James Earl Ray acted alone.
Wow.
Ray, a career criminal, pled guilty to King's assassination, but later recanted. King's son Dexter met publicly with Ray in 1997 and argued for the case to be reopened. King's widow, Coretta, believed the mafia and local, state, and federal government agencies were deeply involved in the murder. Wow. She praised the result of a 1999 civil trial in which a Memphis jury decided the assassination was the result of a conspiracy and that Ray was set up to take the blame. A U.S. Department of Justice investigation released in 2000 reported no evidence of a conspiracy. Wow. Wow.
And in that lawsuit, the U.S. government was found complicit in the assassination of Dr. King.
No doubt. We're going to learn today. We're going to learn today. Also, King's mother was also slain.
Yes, she was. Yes, she was.
So for those that don't know that, King's mother was also slain by a bullet.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Yes.
Shocking and shameful comments from the President of the United States. I'm sorry, but there's no other word one can use but racist. You cannot dismiss entire countries and continents as shitholes whose entire populations, who are not white, are therefore not welcome. The positive comment on Norway makes the underlying sentiment very clear. And like the earlier comments made vilifying Mexicans and Muslims, the policy proposals targeting entire groups on grounds of nationality or religion, and the reluctance to clearly condemn the anti-Semitic and racist actions of the white supremacists in Charlottesville. All of these go against the universal values the world has been striving so hard to establish since World War II and the Holocaust. This isn't just a story about vulgar language, it's about opening the door to humanity's worst side. It's about validating and
his mom was assassinated. So that was just crazy. That was crazy.
Dr. Martin Luther King's family and personal friend, attorney William F. Pepper, won a civil trial that found the U.S. government agencies guilty of assassination and wrongful death of Dr. King in 1999. Did you know that? And the next time you call someone a conspiracy theorist, investigate whether the conspiracy is true or not. Thank you.
Yeah, and I'm sorry. I think the wrong thing was playing while I was reading that. But again, just to reiterate, King's mother was slain also by a bullet in church, because I think the clip, the Donald Trump clip, was playing at the time. So I got a little confused on the technical side.
Not at all. And if you to our listeners, investigate COINTELPRO. Okay, I'm not gonna tell you what it is. Go ahead and do your Googles. But there's a term called fear of the Black Messiah. Fear of the Black Messiah. Once you start to investigate terms like this, you'll see why not only was Dr. King killed, but his mother was killed as well by a bullet.
All right, let's drop a bomb on that, man. That's crazy. And his initial intent was Dr. King's father. So that's crazy.
So him, his mom, and his dad. Okay.
Yeah, and this happened in the 70s.
So while it's good to know all of Cardi B's lyrics and look at your television, you need to know who and what you are and why you are in the position that you're in.
Yep. Also, George Washington is the only other American to have had his birthday observed as a national holiday.
And we remember what Stevie Wonder did in order to make this day possible.
Yeah.
So I know you know that, General.
Crazy,
It's your
crazy.
field. Yes.
And now, those are facts, and you can look those up.
Yes. We'll take our word for it.
Yes, on the historychannel.com. So go to the History Channel. You can see the same facts. That's where I got these facts from as well. And we're going to go into another thing that pisses me off about the MLK holiday. My people, please stop putting Martin Luther King's face on flyers, party flyers, on strip club flyers.
Wow.
Because nothing annoys me more than seeing this. What? Annoys the hell out of me. This annoys the hell out of me. All right. I have a dream bash.
That's
got
crazy.
him holding up some dollars, and you got Ciroc in the picture, and you got a chick half naked in the picture with Martin
curb
Luther
that
King.
promoter.
I've never seen.
No,
such
I've seen
man
so much of this, and it bothers me. It
That is
bothers me.
beyond disrespectful. It's low and debased.
So disrespectful.
Beyond.
If you're gonna have an MLK celebration or whatever, okay. If you want to put that MLK on the fly, but you're gonna use an image of this man, and y'all changing the image up. Look at this. This just looks crazy. This looks crazy.
How dare you disrespect the late great ancestor?
Talking about
How
twerking.
dare you do that? How dare you do that? That is
Freedom to twerk.
All right, man. No, take that off. Bro.
Yeah.
Take that off.
That's a horrible Photoshop too.
No, yeah, but
look, man.
It's disrespectful. I've seen plenty of those. I didn't want to put up a whole bunch of them in our layout this morning, but I've seen so many of those. I'm like, yo, how disrespectful can you be to this man?
Screaming and yelling about other people disrespecting us, but we disrespect ourselves.
Listen.
That is a sin and a shame, yo. Do not support that garbage. Do not.
I've never seen such. Oh my gosh.
That's horrible, man.
The ignorance, the ignorance, and
As
we don't
people,
get it.
as black people, we cannot take this lightly. This is the kind of things that we actually need to be, upset about. The fact that people out there actually think this is okay, that's where the problem is too.
And let's read some comments. Can we read some comments from
please
the chat? And shout out to everybody on the check-in this morning. But we ready to go in there.
Derek says, prime example of how we as black people can overcome any obstacle if we put the work in. Probably referring to what we've said previously.
Yeah, clap that up, man. Definitely.
Julius Gray says, this definitely caught me by surprise. This is amazing. Team Northfleet 34. Hashtag Team Northfleet 34.
34 all day.
Shout out Susan Moore, Genius MLK. And Julius Gray showing more love, truth, norm. So I hear you.
Yeah, it's just craziness, man. I see this. We can't be that ignorant to do some dumb ish like that, man. Just put this great man, all the great accomplishments, you're gonna associate him with a twerking flyer or a strip club flyer or whatever like that, and put his face on there or whatever like that's gonna draw more people in or whatever to your establishment or whatever. Like just please disassociate yourself with that. Other ways to promote your party or whatever you got going on, man. That's all I'm saying.
That's just disrespect.
Yeah, it's mad disrespect.
It's just a very pitiful prime example of how ignorance works. They're probably thinking like, oh, the idea is pretty great, coming up with a name and brain blast moment, but they have no understanding of the history and understanding of who this person is, and they don't realize that what they're doing in promotions is actually diminishing everything that this man stood for as far as humanity is concerned.
That is no
black people.
That is no different from H&M with the young boy with the disrespect.
Pretty much.
Different. Wrong is wrong. Yeah. When we do it is wrong. When they do it is wrong. Right. That is in whatever establishments that are. I'm not going to give them any press, but if you ever see anything like that, divest you financially from that. Close that establishment down.
Come on, man.
They need to understand and need to learn that we do not disrespect our great ones that way.
Julius Gray in the chat says, I'm probably going to catch some hate for this, but in my opinion, I personally believe that most black people, younger generation, don't care about MLK Day. And what he said is actually true, because there's a lot of young youths out here that don't understand the importance of MLK Day, nor do they understand who he is for, as a person and what he stood for.
Now, let me tell you something. I remember growing up, right? Every year, Oprah had an MLK special on his birthday. Even if his birthday fell on the weekend, that Monday she did a special where it either featured family members, it featured, old newsreels or old speeches he had. She always had a special on MLK Day, and I promise you, I always looked forward to that specific episode every single year. I would come home from school, settle myself, have lunch or whatever, and then I would just go straight to TV and just wait for that special. And I think that's what's lacking about you're speaking on younger generations, and Julius Gray is speaking on younger generations not having that respect. I think it's just simply because of that fact, because I don't know any shows that do a big special that you can kind of look forward to every year. And then the other thing that grinds my gears is Black history is pushed into a month. Okay, I mean we get a day for MLK Day because it's a national holiday, but all Black history gets pushed into a month, and the shortest month of the whole year. Okay, and it annoys me when radio stations or TV networks be like, oh, every day we're gonna give you like a little Black history fun fact or whatever. And I don't like that, because we shouldn't be limiting ourselves to just a month. We should be learning about Black history every day, like just regularly, not even like just a quick side note. It should just be within our regular curriculum, just like I love our On This Day, because
yes,
no other radio station's doing that for you. Okay, you're not going to learn little tidbits of knowledge, and it's because our people are so smart, and we've invented so many things, and we've had a hand in how advanced we are today, and it's not respected. It's only pushed into a month, or it's only pushed into an MLK Day.
Yes, let's clap that up. And Deacon, where is these On This Day? We need it On This Day.
We do, and we'll have it tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll have it tomorrow.
It'll be returning tomorrow.
Yes. And again, shout out to everybody, man. Shout out to all the comments and everybody right now checking us out on YouTube. BKS1 Radio TV on YouTube. You can check us out on you can check us out on Facebook, which some of you are doing now. You can check us out on Twitter live and watch us live on Twitter now. And you can watch us live on Periscope, and also Ustream. You can watch us live. The Man Cave Morning Show is going down. We're going to have some special surprises and treats for y'all this week, too. You never know who may pop up and stop by the Man Cave Morning Show on WBKS1.com. And if there's something you want to call in and talk about as far as today, MLK, who and what does Martin Luther King mean to you? What is MLK Day to you? What does Martin Luther King mean to you, Woo? Yo,
I'm sorry.
Julian, Dr. J. I'm just saying. Go ahead.
Oh, me? Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Listen, what he represents to me is thought. In development, if you look at his career, if you look at where he started and where he finished, how he wasn't afraid to change his mind, to expand his outlook, and to speak truth to power. Because we know that when he was assassinated, he was at a labor strike. Okay, now labor is not civil rights. Labor is economics. And he keenly understood, based upon some of the quotes that I gave you, the power of economics and how economics can be directly translated into uplift, right? So it's not just about the emotionalism and he also said, I fear that we have integrated into a burning house. Has anyone ever heard that quote?
Yes.
When he put an idea out and he encouraged it, right? But then he learned that the direction that he needed to turn into another direction, he wasn't afraid to turn in that direction. Because guess what? He could have kept giving feel-good speeches and probably still been alive today, right? He could have been Professor Emeritus someplace, right? He could have got a speaker's fee and went around the country and got rich, like a lot of African-American leaders do.
Right.
But he didn't do that. He spoke truth to power and gave his life. And let us not forget that his family lost a father and a husband. But he believed in a struggle that much, right? That he saw the greater vision. And that's the only way, and that's the type of courage that we need to proceed in this country. That's what he means to me. Not some poster stamp. Not some sing kumbaya, let's hug everybody. No, that's not who he was. He's a revolutionary.
Yo.
It's my relationship with Martin Luther King is personal because, one, he was assassinated on my birthday. You know, not 1994. That's when I was born. You know, obviously not that. But like, he was assassinated on my birthday, and then his daughter, his name is Yolanda.
Wow.
So, and since Martin Luther King is kind of that token black guy for American history, you know, and I grew up in a predominantly white school system, so it's kind of like, all right, let's just talk about Martin Luther King, maybe sprinkle a little Malcolm X, and that's just our black history for the year. Okay, let's move it on. And his story always came around the same time in the year. It always came around February because it was always something that I looked forward to. And I promise you, I don't like history. Like when I was growing up, it was my least favorite subject. I don't remember it. I don't like dates. I don't like remembering people and taking tests. Like it's my least favorite. But I always was more awake. I was more listening when it came to talking about my people. And whenever we spoke about my people, it was always in a negative light. It was always talking about slavery, and it was always talking about how we, you know, couldn't prosper. So what MLK means to me is relationships and common struggle and congregating, and most importantly, mentorship. Because I always, even right now on our show right now, I'm not speaking a lot, but it's because I sit and listen. I only learned about MLK. I only learned about my black people one time every year in school. So I listened keenly, and I didn't speak much because I always wanted to absorb what they had to say. And it is unfortunate that sometimes I would have to be like the token black child in the class to be like, "Oh, Yolande, how do you feel about Black history? How do you feel about what we're talking about?" Because I had to be the one to kind of speak for everyone else. But that hurts. That's emotional for me. You know.
Right. Yo, I have a question before you move on. Had you ever heard any of the direct quotes that I read to you earlier today? The direct things he said.
A little bit. I've heard of a little bit of them, but not fully extensive. Like, and there's like the darkness cannot drive out darkness, only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate, only love can do that. Like kind of the generic ones that you or the I have a dream, free at last, thank God Almighty, we are free at last.
But nothing about economic development, reparations, poor people, politics. Never heard that, right?
I haven't had to do my own history, my own research.
Exactly.
Dr. J.
Listen, Martin Luther King is actually one of the things that I learned while I was pledging for the fraternity that I'm a part of, Iota Phi Theta Fraternity Incorporated. He's a big inspiration for everything that he stood for, as far as, you know, freedom of speech, talking about equal rights, talking about, you know, civil rights movements, talking about economics and everything like that. You know, he was a great motivation for me as far as, you know, living a life of rightness. You know, I try to live in a manner of which, even if I were to judge myself, I wouldn't feel bad for my actions. The things that I learned about Martin Luther King, you know, listening to his speeches, understanding what was going on during the 60s. You know, I may not have grown up in that period of time or that era, but there was a lot to learn from that time. And there's a lot of that, you know, that of which I learned that stuck with me, and, you know, it uplifts the moral values that I have, and it's a sense of respect that I have for myself before I can go disrespecting someone else or trying to go earn respect. You have to have that type of character within yourself first before you can go demanding it from someone else. So for me, everything that I learned about him or everything that I idolized was all about his character as a person. And, a lot of people nowadays are all in this wave of when are we going to get the next Martin Luther King? When are we going to get the next, Nelson Mandela and all these things? But you have to find that character within yourself to speak up and become that person and not just wait around, because history didn't show us that we waited for MLK or Malcolm X. History showed that we demanded these things, and these were the people that exemplified how to go about demanding what was the inequalities of our justice system.
Let's clap that up. I'm gonna keep it real simple. Martin Luther King means to me two words. Real power. Woo. Real power. Not the power that money has, not the power that materialistic things have. Not the power because somebody was put in an authority position, whatever, to control things, to run things, and not even so much the power of the President of the United States, because the President of the United States really doesn't even have that much power. Martin Luther King had more power than the President of the United States, and people don't realize that. Anytime you could change the way people think,
yes,
and you can change the way things are done,
yes,
without violence, without wars, without none of this. Anytime you can come up with a system, a way to boycott,
yes,
that can give you the power, and one of the greatest powers in America is supposed to be the right to vote. So anytime you could change these things, you know what I'm saying, and for the greater good, for the greater good of people, to me, that's one of the greatest things ever. That's real power. That's real power. So that's what Martin Luther King means to me. Two words: real power.
Agreed.
And I hate to digress to this fool after talking about Martin Luther King, and I'm gonna let Yo kind of head this up. And Woo, you got the information, in reference to Trump making some crazy marks against African nations or African countries, and Haiti, countries like Haiti and everything. He basically called them shithole countries. He called them shithole countries, and he sparked such an anger around the nation, around the world, that even the UN denounced what he said, and denounced his comments, and break down what actually had happened.
Me or Yo?
Well, whoever got the facts.
Oh yeah, I'm trying to pull it up now. But
Can I start with?
Please do.
Can I start with Reverend Al Sharpton's hosting an event in Harlem with Mayor Bill de Blasio and Governor Andrew Cuomo before leading an afternoon rally in racism, Stand Up for Haiti and Africa, in Times Square today. The event takes place from 3 to 5 on 42nd Street and Broadway. And I say that to say, I begin with this to say, it's your action that's going to make the change. Okay, we can all moan and groan all we want, but it's our action. It's us standing up. That's us talking about it. That's going to begin the change.
Yeah, let's clap that up. I mean, I'm looking at it like this, man, and we've been talking about 45 for a minute, just doing some ignorant things and saying some ignorant comments and making some ignorant statements and everything. It's got to get to a point to where even his people says enough is enough. Even the Republicans or whoever's in his administration is just saying enough is enough. You know, we cannot tolerate this. You setting us back. And on a day like Martin Luther King's birthday, and then you look at who we got in office as opposed to who we had in office the last term. this country got set back.
Listen, the timing was not a coincidence. Like I see. I have to see through the BS about all this. Like honestly, I feel like it's a plot to plot us together. We know we're button heads. It's, you know, we really are just feeding into what they have to say. We're really like, I personally don't let it get to me. Like, I'm just like, I'm unfazed by it. I'm like, because first of all, it's not even a shocker to me. I'm just like, at this point, nothing that all the negativity that spews out the mouth, like, it doesn't even faze me to this point, because we're going to have to deal with this for another how many, you know. That part doesn't do anything to me, okay? Like I said, it's all about us coming together. It's all about us realizing that they're just trying to stir the pot, and you're not gonna stir us in a way that's gonna be detrimental to us. You're gonna stir us in a way that's gonna make us stronger, and we're gonna stand against all.
This comes from the Independent. The Independent, the website. UN calls Donald Trump shithole immigrants comments racist. Donald Trump's reported remark branding Haiti, El Salvador, and unspecified African nations as shithole countries has been branded racist by UN human rights officials. If confirmed, these are shocking and shameful comments from the President of the United States. Spokesman Rupert Colville said, "There's no other word that you could call it except racist. You can," and I quote from the UN, "you cannot dismiss entire countries and continents as shitholes whose entire populations who are not white are therefore not welcome." The U.S. president made the comment during the meeting with congressional leaders in the Oval Office on Thursday, according to U.S. media. Why are we all having these people from shithole countries come here? Now, not to say I told you so, but I told you so. For those of us who before the election, before he was voted as president of the United States, were screaming about his homophobic remarks, was screaming about his sexist remarks, was screaming about the remarks that he made about our Latino brothers and sisters. Do you not recall when the person went crazy in where was it, and took the car and ran the car? Was that Charlottesville? And he refused to condemn the hateful, racist people? America, and who's ever in the sound of my voice, you can no longer deny. You can no longer deny. You can no longer obfuscate. You can no longer put to the side that this person is racist. Right? Now, you either suborn and support a racist, or you are a racist. As a very dear friend of mine said, she said, you get on the air and you make the distinction, which I don't have the distinction. Right? Either you are racist, and if you are not speaking out against it, you support him. Yeah. Now forget all of these talking heads that get on television and try to explain away how he demeaned entire populations of the world. Entire population. How are we supposed to take this? Norway, shithole countries. I implore all people of color, all people that are melanated, that are victims of white supremacy, racism, and colonialization, to stand against these comments. We must stop. We have to take our heads out of the sand and address this directly. If he is speaking and calling us shitholes, we have to speak back to him directly. We have to speak out against this. We have to. No more conspiracy theories. No more reverse cries of reverse racism. Right. No more pull yourself up by your own bootstraps. This man is condemning large portions of the world. Fascism. Look it up. We must condemn this. The time to play is over. If you don't like me, if you don't like the way I said it, you don't like my Pan-Africanist bent, fine. Go with Norman. Go with Yolande. Go with Dr. J. Right? But don't get mad at me for describing this garbage. Don't focus on the messenger. Focus on what that man directly said out of his own mouth.
Absolutely.
And we know that he doesn't tell the truth. Do you think the fact that he denies this means he didn't say it?
Yeah. And
when a congressman, Democratic congressman, said he said it.
Republicans, some of his own said he said it.
So what do we do now? Where are we at now?
We know we have a liar in office.
Specifically, Senator Lindsey Graham, the South Carolina senator.
Republican or Democrat?
No, she's Republican.
Republican senator.
And we also have a Democratic senator, Dick Durbin. They both released statements after this incident came up to, confirm that they did hear it. Now, we also have Senator David Perdue and Senator Tom Cotton. Tom Cotton is the Arkansas senator, and David Perdue is the senator of Georgia currently. Those two senators actually came out with a statement denying the fact that they have no recollection of him using that vulgar term.
Okay, Dr. J.
And
no recollection is not he didn't say it.
Hold on, let me quote their direct words. This is coming directly from the Georgia senator, David Perdue. He says, "I am telling you that he did not use that word, and I'm telling you it's a gross misrepresentation," Perdue said on ABC's This Week.
While there are other congressmen that said he did say it. Now, if you consider his track record, what do you think?
And plus, the UN is not going to make a national statement about what he said if they didn't find fact in it.
Exactly.
You feel me? And I want y'all right now to check out the UN. Just totally going in because they're disgusted about what Donald Trump said.
This is not BKS1. This is the UN now talking.
This is the UN. This
not
is the
us.
UN.
Exactly.
All right, peep this.
These are shocking and shameful comments from the President of the United States. I'm sorry, but there's no other word one can use but racist. You cannot dismiss entire countries and continents as shitholes whose entire populations, who are not white, are therefore not welcome. The positive comment on Norway makes the underlying sentiment very clear. And like the earlier comments made vilifying Mexicans and Muslims, the policy proposals targeting entire groups on grounds of nationality or religion, and the reluctance to clearly condemn the anti-Semitic and racist actions of the white supremacists in Charlottesville, all of these go against the universal values the world has been striving so hard to establish since World War II and the Holocaust. This isn't just a story about vulgar language, it's about opening the door to humanity's worst side. It's about validating and encouraging racism and xenophobia that will potentially disrupt and even destroy the lives of many people. And that's perhaps the single most damaging and dangerous consequence of this type of comment by a major political figure. These are shocking and shameful comments from the President of the United States.
And what more do you need to hear about the character of this person?
In addition,
what more do you need?
The White House has not denied that Trump uttered the word shithole, though Trump has pushed back on some depictions of the meeting.
Imagine if an
What does that tell you?
Imagine if an African country said America's a shithole. Imagine if someone from Haiti, a representative from Haiti, imagine if the president of Haiti said, "You're a shithole."
We'll cut off all trade ties.
You would be curved immediately.
Yes, you'd be curved immediately.
Come on, man.
Immediately.
Come on.
Let's read some comments. I'm quite sure there's a lot of comments just in regards to a lot of what we've been talking about today.
Listen, LaTanya says they robbed us of our roots and culture, and they don't want us to know our history. Bottom line, we as a people need to unite.
Yes.
Danielle Spence says you're absolutely right. LaTanya also agrees with Derek Skinner. We have to teach our children. Dawn says they will never have the balls to admit that they have made the biggest mistake in the history of politics. They will never be strong enough to do what needs to be done to get this racist out of the seat. He is not my president. He is just a person who was elected the position. Maybe when he shows up to the Oval Office wearing his hood, some folks might actually be strong enough to get it.
Dawn, thank you, Dawn. They will never have the courage to acknowledge that they made a mistake.
D Skinner dropped something too earlier. I don't think we acknowledged that.
We all make mistakes. Who amongst us is perfect? But when you make a mistake, you have to course correct. You have to have the courage to say, listen, I thought this, but now I see that I have to change course and direction. I made a mistake.
Yeah, D. Skinner was saying, speaking of Julian, it's not their fault that his history isn't told in its entirety. If they did, they would understand all he did, not only for black people, but for the human race in general. If it's not told in school, then the parents should step up and educate, because it comes, because we have to educate the kids. Definitely educate.
Yeah, let's clap that.
Definitely. Let me add something else to that. For some of you who might not understand why this man is in power, let me just say this. The last elections that happened when it was Hillary versus Donald Trump. Donald Trump did not win the popular majority vote. Hillary did. How did he get into the office, you ask? There's a thing called the Electoral College. Those are pretty much the final say-sos.
So more people voted for her than voted for him.
Exactly.
Yet he's still president.
I mean, look, man, it's no secret. We know the system needs to change. I mean, come on, from Gore and Bush.
Go, General.
Yeah, we know the system needed to change.
Right.
You know, the whole electoral college needs to be either revamped or shut down.
Yes,
exactly.
And it needs to go by what the people as a whole want to run, you know, when it comes to running the country and everything. We know Donald Trump shouldn't be in office. He's a reality TV star. He's a reality TV star, and that's all he is. You know what I'm saying? Celebrity Apprentice, and that's where he should have stayed and everything. And it just goes, a lot of other countries they're mocking us right now. They're mocking us right now. You got the dude from the Celebrity Apprentice now running your country.
Imagine if Barack Obama referred to anyone as a shithole. Just imagine.
Come on, he would have been impeached somehow.
Or grab him by the pussy.
You know how quick that would have happened?
Just imagine. For all of those that say we need to pull ourselves up by our bootstraps and this and that and the third, imagine if the former president said the thousands upon thousands upon thousands of things that this current president says. What more do you need to see? I'm not understanding. Listen. You support it. If you don't speak out against this at this point, you support that. You support his point of view.
Yeah.
You let me know who you are. Thank you. I appreciate it. I already knew who you were. I'm not surprised in the least. This doesn't surprise me at all. What's surprising is that he's allowed to continue. That's what surprises me.
No doubt. Danielle Spencer said, hey, Danielle, good morning.
Hey, D.
We are officially in countdown to punting that buffoon out of office. Thank God.
Thank God.
Let's clap that
up. Listen, any person that discredits the Haitian people, any person that takes away from their history or spews negativity to their history, needs to go, because Haiti just celebrated the 214th anniversary of them becoming the first black republic to be independent, to be free from anyone controlling them, okay? January 12th, we celebrated the 8th anniversary of the earthquake that damaged our country, that took 200,000 people's lives, innocent people's lives, and we still bounced back from it. Do you not know Haiti's role in the Louisiana Purchase?
No, they don't.
The Battle of Savannah in 1779.
No, they don't.
The founding of Chicago.
They don't know that either.
Just present day films, books, sports,
nope.
Listen.
Don't know who Dessalines is. Don't know who Toussaint is. Don't know.
Listen.
Don't know.
We just need to take a stand against racism. We need to also follow God's word, because God's word is what the basis of our movement needs to be on.
And to all millennials out there, this knowledge is at your fingertips. What is in your mind? What information is bouncing around your head? Is it nonsensical rap lyrics? Are there stats to your latest football player or baseball player? Listen, this is equality. Knowledge is power. Have wisdom in exercising knowledge. We've talked about 50 different things that our young people can Google. please, I implore you to look up these facts. Fill your head with some valuable information, please.
Yes, please clap that up. Keyword, man, and we always gotta look at what's going on, man. We have to be more, and I gotta say it, woke. We have to be more woke when it comes to a lot of situations, because the key word to a lot of the problems and us not being aware of the problem is distraction. It's distraction. We're being distracted by so many different things that takes us away from key focal points of what's actually happening around our country, what's actually going on in the world. You know, more people, and it's true, more people care about the Super Bowl and like he was saying, sports stats. Cardi B, who's performing at the Grammys.
Right.
And entertainment was designed in a certain way to take us away from key real world issues and things that's going on around us. Because you know what? If I can make them focus on something else, I could be doing something divisive over here. Or I can manipulate a situation over here to control this that's going on in the country. Or I could change the narrative of what they're really trying to make a movement against. You feel me? So we have to be aware of distractions. We have to see it. You know what I'm saying? And we just have to open up our eyes a little further. Put on you know, our good glasses and look a lot deeper into these situations, man. We being played. All of us are being played, and we don't even realize it.
And you know, and to piggyback off that, distractions, but also divisions. Okay, watch who's dividing you and how are you being divided. Like, you can't go out and protest and fight for women's rights and not go out and protest and fight for black people's rights. You can't not go out and protest against Muslims people's rights.
Yes.
Everyone needs to come together. It's not only fighting your own battle, because we all are fighting the same battle. So if we can come together and fight the battle together as a whole unit, we will get things done. Yes, black people need, you know, equal rights, but also our Muslim people need right. Why are you think they're fleeing their countries to come here? Okay, we all need to be helping each other. It's not only helping your own people. You got to help the person next to you too, because that's what MLK stand for as well.
You know what? And it's sad. I'm glad you said that. You know, they got it so twisted. We're dividing what cause is better to stand up for.
Yes. That's why we lose.
Yeah, and that's why we lose all the time. Say it all the time, and I sound redundant. Division is the devil's greatest tool. Division is the devil's greatest tool he ever used. If I can divide, I can conquer, I can destroy. And we have to wake up and we have to see that, man.
Right.
And even in, you know, when we look at the greatness of MLK to our youth today, even when I see certain things of how we act and how we carry ourselves and the things we do around other races, which makes them say, these are savages.
Yep.
Oh my God, I don't want to associate myself with these people. And a lot of times, a lot of this, it starts within ourselves. We got to start taking care of each other, for real. And we got to start educating the youth a lot better, so they can learn respect, one, for themselves, and two, for each other.
I got a question. Who's not bad? Who's not a demon? People from Islam have been demonized. My greatest hero in my life was my dad. He was a devout Muslim. My name is Dawood. Okay? My name is Dawood Ali. I got that from Islam. He taught me respect for others, love, peace, determination. Okay? So, okay. People of Muslim descent, they're not good people. Mexicans, they're bad people.
Right.
Homosexuals, they're bad people. People with melanated skin, they're from shitholes.
Right.
If you got a vagina, I'm grabbing you by the pussy. Now, this person has demonized every single part of the population except one. Do the math, connect the dots. My grandmother used to always say to me, you are responsible for what you hear. How much more do you need to hear? This man is telling you directly who he is, and he is alienating everyone except for one group, which Okay, and last thing I want to say.
Not even that, honestly. They be looking at him. Some of them be looking at him like he got 3 heads too.
Yeah, that's true. No, you're right. But I'm talking about who he deems to demonize. Number one. Number two. Do you know how much pushback and comments that we get for things that we say on the air?
Right.
Huh?
Yes.
Our relatives, sponsors, business people, how Norm has to protect us, how Norm has to pull us to the side. Be responsible for what you say. Yolande, are you credible? Do you have facts? But the leader of the free world, right, can say the most irresponsible thing, and we don't hold them accountable to the same standard that our radio station is held to?
Yes.
Ask yourself why. Ask yourself why the same standard is not applied to him.
Because he feels as though I'm the president of the United States and I'm untouchable. I can say and I could do what I want. I mean, granted, of course.
Is he wrong, General? He's certainly doing and saying what he wants.
Hey,
is he wrong?
He's not the first racist president in the White House.
True, true.
We can go
look at Nixon.
Yeah, we can talk about that.
Google Nixon, for Christ's sake. He's just as bad as Trump.
But listen,
Reagan as well.
MLK himself
Lyndon
said
B. Johnson.
Oh boy. But look what King made Johnson do. Even though Johnson was racist.
Yeah.
King swagger jacked that, brother.
Exactly.
Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. We might have covered this quote earlier, but because we're here now, I feel the need to reiterate it. This is coming directly from MLK again. Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. Our lives begin to end the day we become silent about things that matter. The time is always right to do what is right. It's never too late to stand together. That's all he's saying here. It's never too late to stand together. We should never allow things to build up to the point where we become silent and now we have to forcefully accept and live in that manner. Because it is injustice, and if we believe it's injustice, we have to stand together and speak up against that, and our actions will demand justice.
Absolutely, absolutely. And see, another problem too when we talk about coming together and being distracted, what's important. We've been conditioned to glorify the wrong things.
Oh my God, please.
We've been conditioned to glorify the wrong things, and we have to realize, what are we idolizing? You know what I'm saying? What are we applauding? What are we standing behind? And we're getting conditioned the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? And it's like we have to get back to what's important. We have to get back to what's important. We have to really sharpen our eye and our vision on things, man, because we're losing sight. We losing sight of the bigger picture. We fighting over petty things. We having stupid arguments. We killing each other in the streets over nonsense. Over nonsense. People wake up the next day and what I shoot them for again? You know what I'm saying? And it's like the nonsense has got to stop. Our businesses, we got to start supporting each other with businesses and a lot of different things. You know what I'm saying? These causes, if you're marching for, Black Lives Matter, you need to be marching for Muslim rights. You need to be marching for LGBT rights. You need to be marching for this because it all coincides. It all coincides. And, we just got to wake up, man.
And
everything's different.
And also, I feel like I may get some slack saying this, but I don't think we should be pushing white people away from the movement. Because we are hooting and hollering to get their attention. But then we push them away when they actually want to join and they want to, be the extra set of hands that we need. Like, I'm not saying, I'm saying that we all need to take care of each other and we need to, we need to be the front lines of the movement. Okay, I'm not saying that white people need to be the front lines of the movement, but if they're behind us, that's what we're fighting for. That's what we're trying to get your attention. Like, listen, it's not a secret anymore. Look what we're being put through. It's on the cameras. It's all over the internet. Like, our president is speaking against us and is trying to rile us up. Like, can't you see this? Now, when they see it, you can't turn the blind eye to them. You can't give them the cold shoulder because that's what we wanted. We want them to be behind us.
If you are truly, truly for truth, justice, and equality, I'm with you. If that's what you're truly for, if you don't have any ulterior motives, if you know what, Yolande? Okay, I hear everything you're saying and you're right. This is what I need to see. This is what I need to see. I need to see more white people speaking truth to power. I'm not turning them away. I'm not, oh, it's us against them. Okay? I need for the people in Hollywood. You know all those women that got raped? How many more people knew and didn't say anything? This is what I need to see. In order for us to all come together, I need people to tell the truth, right? Like Colin Kaepernick, right? When he had all the money and all the fame, what did he do? He spoke, truth to power.
Right.
So I need to see powerful white people in positions that have something to lose speak up and out against this. Speak up and out against this. And we'll continue to speak up and out. And that's when you're going to see the unity that you want to see. I need public acknowledgments of what's not, hey, Dawood, you're right about what you said. No. I need you to publicly condemn what you're seeing. Right? And once you publicly condemn what you're seeing, you will publicly see me extend my hand.
Right. Yeah.
That's when we'll get together.
The same people that were wearing black to protest, to protest women being able to speak up and tell their story needs to be the same people who are wearing red and blue at the protest march, the rally today over at Times Square.
And what's the rally today about, please?
It is Reverend Al Sharpton's hosting an event with the mayor and the governor, rally against racism, standing up for Haiti and Africa. 3 p.m. to 5.
All melanated people Broadway. Come together and stand against this.
Yeah, basically.
Yes.
Basically, man. Yeah, I mean, it's just crazy right now. There's so many different causes. Oh, go ahead. You want to read a comment?
Yeah, I got some people. I have Paula. Hi, Paula. How you doing?
Hey, Paula.
I'm not American. I've never experienced racism. As an outsider observing, it's beyond sad. Being realistic, the only good thing about Trump being in office is that he is the light that shines on the darkness. He exposed the ugly truth. The American people chose a demon to rule. Now that the truth is exposed, hopefully there's enough love out there to conquer and heal. The world is looking.
Queen Mother has spoken.
Yes.
That's huge.
Drop the bomb, young Squire.
The world is looking. That's the biggest part.
The world is looking. What we gonna do?
And Dr. J over there is a little biased on that button. Today,
he should be.
He's very biased on that button. He should be. But we're gonna talk about that later.
Listen,
off the show.
I'm allowed everybody's voices to get the equal amount of airway that it deserves.
Nah, I'm messing with
Queen Mother. We see you, Queen Mother. Thank you.
Shout out to Mom Dukes dropping gems though. Dukes
tomorrow
all the way from Trinidad.
Yes. You will have an applause button.
Yeah,
you're gonna have an applause button. I'm gonna have we all get an applause button.
Thank you.
Yolanda, do the air horn.
I can only verbally do it. I don't have a button.
Shout out.
I love when Yo does that.
Shout out to Dr. J. I'm just messing with him. Go ahead, fam.
Yeah, let me say this. I'm gonna just piggyback off of what you were talking about in regards to the protest today. I want to clarify something really quickly. If you are black, you should find value in going to today's protest. You do not have to just be only Haitian. Because they're saying wear red and blue, it means that those colors are going to represent the solidarity to bring together the protest. Just because you may not feel that you're not of Haitian descent does not mean that you cannot go out there pridefully wearing red and blue and protest together as black people. So let that sink in. Think about it.
And black means Haitian and Nigerian and African American and Jamaican. Newsflash. You are black and we are black.
Or let me say this in better terms. If you are of the Negroid clan, you must go out there.
If you are the victim of colonization or white supremacy or racism, go and support.
Yeah.
We are one.
Yeah, because they don't see us as being different. And see, that's what y'all don't realize.
Y'all don't
You could
realize
be an African, you could be a Haitian, you could be a Jamaican, you could be this, you could be that. They don't see us as being different. We all get lumped up as black
and so
niggers.
And not all Africans. Don't kill me. You know how some Africans, you African Americans, what you need to do is pull yourself up by your own bootstraps and get your education and work really, really, really hard, which I agree with. Guess what the president called you? A shithole.
Yup.
Yep.
Yeah, I got
shithole countries.
I got a little bit more
Shithole
comment.
countries.
Shout out to Dawn. God bless us all. We had someone who represents the visions of cultures. We have a person who is continually makes a mockery of this country, who just so happens to be married to an immigrant for the second time. He is the biggest disgrace we have ever experienced in the White House in this generation. If someone shows you who they are, believe them.
Yes.
Late, great Dr. Maya Angelou. Wake up. Aim for positive change. Stop waiting for someone else to do it, and then step on the bandwagon.
Dawn.
Let's clap it up for Dawn Forte.
Were his 2 immigrant wives from shithole countries? Is the first lady who is an immigrant from another country? Is her country a shithole country? What about the person that he was married to before? Ivana? Where is she from? Wherever she was from, is she from a shithole country? Just asking.
Listen, Susan says, I will publicly condemn Dawood. And then Danielle Spencer says, if they don't value themselves, they will never value another life. And don't forget Dominican and South American and Mexican.
Yes.
Yeah,
Who said that?
Danielle Spencer.
Danielle Spencer. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Man, well, I mean, we covered a lot on this show today, man. We talked about a lot. I guess we'll have our more lighter topic tomorrow. We'll flip that for tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll be kooky again tomorrow, but not today. Not on MLK Day.
This one's important. This one's important.
Yeah, today
Definitely.
Very important.
Major
day.
show.
No.
And I'm gonna leave y'all with this again. I'm gonna run this clip one more time for those that tuned into the show late. Some of you might have caught it from the beginning, but again, I'm gonna run this clip from MLK one more time. All right, keep it locked. It's the Man Cave Morning Show. We're coming right back.
Bang bang.
But absorb this clip.
At the very same time that America refused to give the Negro any land, through an act of Congress, our government was giving away millions of acres of land in the West and the Midwest, which meant that it was willing to undergird its white peasants from Europe with an economic floor. But not only did they give the land, they built land-grant colleges with government money to teach them how to farm. Not only that, they provided county agents to further their expertise in farming. Not only that, they provided low interest rates in order that they could mechanize their farms. Not only that, today many of these people are receiving millions of dollars in federal subsidies not to farm, and they are the very people telling the black man that he ought to lift himself by his own bootstraps. And this is what we are faced with, and this is the reality. Now, when we come to Washington, in this campaign, we are coming to get our check. At the very same time that
Man, what a great man.
So reparations in 1960 what? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Thank you.
We coming to get our check, and again, I'm with you, Wu. I felt as though that kind of led to that speech is what led to his assassination.
Agreed.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Agreed.
Wow. I just want to humbly thank everybody for joining us today on Martin Luther King's birthday. And again, we'll be back tomorrow. And if there's any topics or anything you want us to discuss or whatever, or you want to bring some type of research into something or whatever, just hit us up. Find a way to hit us up. And, we'll be back every day, Monday through Friday, again, from 10-ish to 12-ish. Every day, Monday through Friday.
CP time.
In the morning. Yes. But this is the Man Cave Morning Show. WBKS1.com is the mother site. There will be more information added to this site for 2018, where you can go back and you can get information. You can pull old shows. All of that will be added to WBKS1.com. We want to thank everybody checking us out on YouTube, on Twitter, on Periscope, on Ustream, on WBKS1.com. Checking us out on Facebook. For those listening on the TuneIn app, we're here for you. We are here for you. So we definitely will be back tomorrow with another show for you. Man Cave Morning Show. Before I go, any final thoughts from any of the team? Yo?
Don't let them distract you. All right? We are all brothers and sisters.
Can she get a clap? See what I'm saying?
No.
Bias. Sleeping.
Come on,
Anyway,
man.
jeez. Go ahead. Go ahead, Julian.
Nah, go ahead.
Dr.
Woo.
J.
Go ahead. Woo.
You're Julian today. You take it, stripping your doctor strips.
And I quote from the UN. From the UN, not from Dawood. You cannot dismiss entire countries and continents as shitholes whose entire populations, who are not white, are therefore not welcome. Drops the mic.
No doubt. No doubt. Julian.
I'm going to just leave y'all with saying, always find the necessary importance in your self-growth and quit being satisfied with your current self.
Clap that up.
Did you just drop the bomb on yourself in the correct time? All right. Hey, Mom Dukes, Queen Mother. Come on. Come on, Queen Mother.
I'm going to say this. I am my own man. I have my own mind. I cannot be divided. That's it.
Gunshot.
And on that note, salute to everybody, man, on the check-in today. And we want to thank everybody for joining us on WBKS1.com. And stay tuned. We got some more great shows for y'all. One love. Love y'all, man. Hope y'all enjoyed the show today. We out.
Bang, bang.
Yo, this is Chris Spencer, and you're on BKS1 Radio.
It's your girl Chanel, BKS1 Radio, and I'm here with the beautiful Garcelle Bouvet.
I'm paying you later.
Hey, I'm the queen of comedy some more, and right now you're rocking with BKS1 Radio.
BKS1 Radio Network. I'm here with the amazing Miss Tasha Smith. How you doing?
I'm doing so good. Thank you for coming out.
Yes.
I really appreciate it.
Hello, Denise Boutte. Hey, what's up? Shout out to BKS1 Radio. See you soon.
Brick City's finest, J.D. Williams. I'm in the Savage Podcast Studio, chilling at BKS1 Radio.
BKS1 Radio. I'm here with the legendary Mr. Dick Gregory. How you doing today, sir?
Fantastic, brother, and thank you.
This is Essence Atkins, and this is BKS1 Radio.
Jamie Foxx, BKS1 Radio. What's going on with you?
Storming on. This is George Dr. Funkenstein Clinton for BKS1 Radio. They be doing the dog, y'all.
Yo, this is Chris Spencer, and you're on BKS.
Which hand? Left or right? I hate that picture.